Hello everyone, my name's Alien Milk, and welcome to my Minecraft Beta World Tour. I actually started this world in Minecraft Alpha about just over 6 months ago, actually, as you can see on the sign here. It was 6 months ago as of just over a week ago. I started in Alpha version 1.1.2, and the original purpose of this world was that I was going to update through all the versions and explore everything that Minecraft kind of has to offer, but I really fell in love with beta Minecraft and how it kind of was back in the day. So I've gotten kind of hung up here on beta Minecraft, and I don't know how much further I'm gonna update past beta 1.5 probably, because there's a few things that I want in those versions. But I've been on beta 1.3 for a while now, and this is my world tour of it. So this is the original spawn point. It was actually originally just on the beach. You can see there was a hill here that I had destroyed, and I want to build some stuff around here to make it less empty. But this building here is the museum, and basically I was going to put something from every version that I updated to in the tower. So I built this tower. When I die in the world, this is where I respawn every time. But every floor of the tower has something that means something in the world, or something from an update. So like, as you can see here, this is the first pickaxe from the world, dated March 21st. It's the day I created the world. Up here, I got the first fish that I ever caught when I updated to 1.2.6. I've got the first armor set that I wore, and I've never worn armor since then, because I just don't really see the point to it. I stay pretty close. I don't venture very far. If I die, I die. Here's the first diamond pickaxe, which I don't remember the date that I used it, so just mark the month. And the first cake, this is when I updated to beta 1.2. Maybe someday I'll eat this cake. I don't know. We'll see. I saved the first colorful sheep, because if you didn't know, they added dyed sheep in beta 1.2. Notch did. So I got the first colored sheep that I found, which is pretty cool. And on the top floor here, I've got the first lapis that I ever found. And this is the top. Maybe I'll expand it someday. I don't really have any desire to, like I was going to originally. So this is kind of just a museum for the early world stuff, but I feel like I've kind of moved on from that at this point. The creeper there, gotta be careful not to... Oh, did he just despawn? Okay, that was interesting. But yeah, I'd like to fill this area with more houses and stuff, because right now it's a little dead. The main area is kind of over here, and I don't have a lot going on over here. Of course, this is my my tree farm here. It's inspired by an Ethos Lab tree farm from way back in the day, like one of his first videos. And all these all these glass blocks above the trees here are to stop the big trees from growing, because I want to be able to cut them all down without having to build up. That's why there's all these glass blocks here. And I get about 4 stacks of wood per, so I think it was a worthy investment. Even though I don't build with wood that much in this world, it's something that I'd like to start doing more. But the first thing I want to show you guys in the world is actually... Hello, zombie. Is actually in here. The terrain wasn't originally like this. It got raised up for the tree farm. But originally, when the terrain was lower, this is the first place that I ever based up. This is the first night is where I spent it. Down this little hole. I got a crafting table still here, apparently. And a sideways furnace. Not sure what that's about. There's my old mine. And this used to be the exit. This used to be where the surface was. But I raised all of it for the tree farm. But after I moved out of that terrible hole, I built this house here, which is the first thing I built in the world. I don't know how I feel about it now, but I was pretty impressed with it when I built it. Got my bed here. There you go, the first house ever built. Nothing hiding in there for me. But pretty much all I use it for is storage now. Here's my storage room. Got all my stuff, but I use it less and less now, just because I've got more farms and special buildings and stuff around the world. So I don't use this building, or this room, excuse me, as much. And same with this furnace room. I really don't use it anymore now that I have a place for furnaces, but A lot of blocks smelted in here over the months. And then this is my roof. I wanted to be able to come up here, put some nature up here. You might notice on some of the trees in this world, the leaves are different because in one of the updates, Notch had changed the way that leaves work. So all the leaves kind of got messed up. So they used to be regular oak leaves, but now they're kind of messed up. But I kind of like it. It shows you the original tree. But I originally built this area up here to kind of look around the world. Of course, I've got bigger towers and stuff now, but I was pretty happy with this, and I still spend a lot of time here, you know, my storage room and stuff like that. But I feel like I don't spend that much time in the single houses anymore. And oh, of course, I've got this sign here. This is when I started this world, I was streaming it on Twitch. So this is a chatter of mine. Shout out Josh M779. And he called my house a hear ye ah house. I'm not really sure what that means, but there you go. There's my hear ye ah house. And then I'll try not to backtrack too much on the world, but everything's kind of condensed. So I might have to walk back and forth in a few spots. But this is an art gallery that I built. I built this when I updated to beta 1.2 because Notch added sandstone, so I wanted to do a fun build with that. And paintings. He added paintings as well. I got a collection of every single painting. Gave them all names and authors, and I think it took me longer to come up with names for the paintings and authors for the paintings than it took me to actually build the building. But I'm pretty proud of this building. One thing you'll notice, actually, and you can definitely see it in this building, is I'm trying to get better about it, but my building style involves a lot of shapes. I've got circles in everything. You'll notice the roof here is a semicircle. I've got circles in everything. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with building in circles, but I've got circles in every single build, and you'll kind of notice that. And I'm trying to get better about doing that. I'm actually gonna sleep the night away here. You can't really... Oh, I can't sleep yet. There we go. Okay, now that we can see better. Yeah, you'll notice a lot of shapes. I've got a lot of squares and of course, a lot of squares, but you'll notice me combining squares and circles pretty often in my builds. And I'm trying to get away from it, but I really love how symmetrical it makes it all look. As you can see there, you know, I got a sphere, which I'll come to in just a moment. This here's the scam cube. Don't really know why I built this, but built a fun little cube. I don't know why the glowstone doesn't really glow properly, but there you go. There's the scam cube. And this, again, you know, you see the circles that I love to build with. But this is going to be the train station for this place called Milk Valley. As you can see, I built the Hollywood sign, but I wrote milk on it. One of the first things I built in this world. And it's going to be the Milk Valley train station. Eventually, when I update to beta 1.5, I'll have, you know, powered rails and stuff. I have an actual rail system going, so I have this here in preparation for that. And this is the first tunnel that I ever dug. I need to get lots of cobblestone for my house, actually, so built this tunnel, which I'm happy I did, because it's going to look great with the train station. You know, you're going into the tunnel, you see the milk sign, it's going to look great. And then right next to the train station, I got this nice little lake that I made. There's a couple spots in the world where the terrain was kind of dipped like this, where I turned it into lakes. And it's called Blevins Lake, named after my goat, Ninja Tyler Blevins, Fortnite Ninja. And I thought this park would be kind of fun. And the reason it's called Blevins Lake is because right next to it, this is the first, I don't want to call it large scale, it's pretty small. But I built Mount Blevins, which is why that's called Blevins Lake. I just put some faces on it. That's supposed to be Herobrine, but he looks a little not like Herobrine. And I just put some faces on it, and I thought that'd be kind of fun. That's one of the first things that I built in the world. That took me forever, too, because that's not black wool back there. In Alpha, they did not have a way to get black wool. So instead, I had to mine obsidian, which takes a very, very long time in these older versions. Right here's a big pyramid that I built. the top, there's actually my nether portals. I won't go in there just because there's nothing interesting to show. But I thought this would be kind of fun, and I originally had a plan for the inside here, but I never really ended up doing anything with it, so pretty much now just like skeletons spawn in here and shoot me sometimes, but that's about all the inside is used for, but I'm really happy with how it looks on the outside. How's my nether portals up there? From all sides, I got 4 staircases. And across from it here, I got the greenhouse that I built. I'm actually really happy with this build. This is one of the first complex builds that I built in the world. I think it looks fantastic from the inside, fantastic from the outside. But I do have a problem with mobs spawning in the sugarcane farm, and they keep coming over here and destroying the wheat farm. And I put fence posts underneath because apparently that's supposed to stop mobs from trampling it, but that has not worked out for me, as you can see. So I don't really use this wheat farm very much, and I don't really have an alternative, but it was cool when it wasn't destroyed, I promise. But yeah, right now I've got a problem with sheeps and pigs and chickens and stuff trampling all my crops, which is no fun. But I don't know. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to solve that. But over here, I got the Milk Valley Forestry Department. I tried to get weird with this build, but it did not work out. I actually think all these builds along this alley here, or these two, I guess, are not super pretty. And you can see at the end, I just gave up and put a sphere in, a half sphere on top. But this building, the forestry department, houses all my saplings that I get from the tree farm. And it has a nice little view up here. Even though it looks kind of ugly, it looks like a virus from the outside. But I'm pretty happy with it, just to store saplings and stuff. And then right next to it, this is my butcher shop. I think it's the ugliest build in the world. Again, this is kind of back when I started the world. But I think it is charming, though. It's definitely got that Minecraft Alpha beta feel. But I store all my meat in here, all my schmeat. There's some pork waiting for me. Put that away, cook another one. And I had plans to add more furnaces up here, but as you can tell, I do not like this build, so I ended up doing nothing else with this build. Maybe one day I'll come back around and fix it up. Scam Cube showed you that already, but behind the house, I do have this little campground that I built. Yeah, it's called Come Lake Campground. This is Come Lake, which I'll get to in just a moment. I built this in beta 1.3, and these are supposed to be sleeping bags. Doesn't look great. I gave it my best shot, but I had some empty space back here. I wasn't really sure what to put, so I put in some tents. I thought that was kind of fun, and I had dyed wool now, of course, so ended up putting that in. And I was really, I don't know if I'm proud of this area because the builds don't look great, but it definitely helped me learn building kind of all over again because I don't have all the blocks that there are in like new Minecraft, and it definitely made me embrace the beta palette a bit more. This here, I had a lot of extra dirt. I built a dirt castle. I gave it some lore. King soil. This is home. The Dirt King. Castle of Dirt. Here's all of King Soil's dirt. And if you couldn't guess, I use this building to store all my dirt. You can also go up here on the castle walls, which is kind of fun. I don't come up here that much. I pretty much just store my dirt and leave, but I do like this build. I did have to put torches up there, though, because I kept getting dive bombed by creepers, which was a bit of an issue. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this build. I think it adds some flavor. I want to do something unique, but it is definitely not as impressive as the build next to it, called the Pantheon. It looks nothing like a real-life Pantheon, but I'm pretty happy with it. This was the first large-scale build I did, which I know that for some people, this is not a large-scale build. But this took me a while. Lots of cobblestone. And the glass wall is, well, the building, I guess, is loosely inspired by US Bank Stadium, which is the Minnesota Vikings stadium in the NFL. It doesn't really look like it, but it does have a big glass wall, and that's about all the inspiration. As you can see, the Pantheon. And what I want it for is when I update versions, the next version, I'm going to tame wolves. And here's where I'm going to keep all of them. All my wolves are going to be in here, and that'll be kind of fun. I thought about, I tinkered with adding a glass roof as well, but we'll see. I'm pretty happy with how the build looks. Of course, now there's so much stuff around it, you can't really see it, but I'm very, very happy with it. And through this tunnel is the most recent build that I built in the world. This is the 6-month monument. Decided to do a little small build. I figured I had to do something for hitting 6 months inside this little gazebo thing. You can see the 6-month monument. Finished it on the day. And yeah, I just kind of put flowers around it. You'll notice I do that a lot. As you can see, my circular building style never really left. Lots of circles in here. Circle, 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 circle. But it looks nice, okay? Don't knock me down for my circular building style. But down here, more circles. This is my incinerator. Originally, I had a lot of extra garbage that I couldn't fit in there, so I was like, okay, I'll just put some lava pits in here that I can throw my extra stuff into, like that. But I never use it, so I don't know. It's just kind of flavor, nice little factory thing. I don't know. And across from it, I've got, that's called the Tree of Wisdom, or I've named it that. You have to do a little parkour course to get over to it. Let's see if I can do it first try. Because I was kind of struggling. Oh, okay, well, let's pretend that I did it. When you get to the end, there's a nice little message here from the Tree of Wisdom, because of course the Tree of Wisdom is very wise. So, nice little message there. I originally wanted to add a bunch more trees. Like I was gonna have like a Tree of Wisdom and a Tree of Strength and stuff. But I never really got around to it. So for now, that's everything in the tree lore. Apart from something else I'm gonna show you in just a moment. And this is Come Lake. I built it when fishing was added, Alpha 1.2.6. This was not a lake that was originally here. This was like a weird dip in the ground that I just kind of filled in with water and sand, and I made it a lake. I put some very beautiful flowers around it. And of course, right across from it is the Come Lake Inn, which I never really ended up doing anything with because I think it's an ugly building. But I was originally going to furnish this with beds and stuff. Maybe I'll get around to it and see all the room numbers and second floor here. And oh, a sheep is dying in the Come Lake campsite over there. Let me sleep real quick so that you guys can see. Okay, so now it is daytime. Right over here, creeper statue that I built. I'm pretty happy with it. I might go in there and replace the mouth and the eyes with obsidian or black wool or something, but I'm pretty happy with that. I just kind of had some dead space here. I was like, all right, everyone needs a creeper statue, so I built a big creeper statue there. And of course, right next to it, you got hole, which everyone, of course, also needs a giant hole to nothing in their Minecraft world because of the manly urge to dig a hole. Sometimes I look down here and I'll see slimes hopping around and stuff, and you can see I kind of put glass walls where all the caves that I destroyed used to be. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, I'm very happy with my giant hole to nothing. Or it's not that giant, actually. I'd like to build a bigger hole. But for now, that hole works. And this building here is my mine, which I'm really happy with. I put some lava inside, and I really wanted it to feel like you were underground when you entered. That is, of course, where I store all my cobblestone as well. But I'm really, really happy with this building because it definitely feels like you're underground. And then, you know, you're actually on the surface. But this hole here goes down to my mines, which are all really, really deep. This is where I got most of my diamonds. And I spent a lot of time down here getting lots of cobblestone. And I just kind of just dug forever. Like, just, you know, turn on some Twitch streams, YouTube, and just dug. These 3 holes all go down 1,000 blocks. I did 2 on each side. And yeah, got pretty rich from this, so I'll have to open up a new hole though soon, because I'm kind of running low on diamonds, I think. I've only got like half a stack left, which is a lot for beta Minecraft, but I used to be a bit richer. But all these projects and stuff I've been working on have made me very poor, so I might need to get back around to that. Yeah, this is my mine. I'm pretty happy with it. I put a nice little pickaxe up there out of iron blocks because I did not have diamonds when I built it. This was also a really cool build. This is one of the first things I built as well. There used to be like nothing in here, and then it was just like the mine. And then over here is Milk Valley North. This is where I got a bit more, I don't know if ambitious is the right word, but definitely more creative, I think. I got another man-made lake here, which I never named. Maybe I'll name it something at some point. And I got this tower here. I call it the Tower of Life. On every single floor, there's some, well, they were supposed to be like inspirational quotes, but I ended up getting goofy with it instead. Like on this floor here, I've got a quote from Master Oogway, and I'm pretty sure I've got like a quote from Notch, and I think Jake Paul on one of the floors. Oh, Dominic Toretto, of course. Had to get a family quote in there. But I use this tower a lot, mostly to scout out different building places. Because when your builds and stuff, like down there, start to get more dense, it becomes harder to spot places to build. So that's kind of what this tower was for. And I'm basically using it to spot out all the spots where I was like, okay, like there's dead space there. We got to put trees or something. Like I had a huge dead space here, so that's why I put the 6-month monument there. But this tower made it way easier to find like dead spaces, which was nice. The only issue that I have with this tower is you can kind of see already. It's at the cloud level, so sometimes I'll come up here and the clouds just like, I can't see anything because the clouds just like eat me, and I'm like stuck in the clouds. I have to wait for them to go by like that before I can actually see anything. I mean, you can kind of see through it, but it's a little annoying to look through. Yeah, that's the Tower of Life. I use it quite a bit. It's weird because it doesn't do anything, but I probably use it the most out of any build in this world, just to help me find building places. And right next to it, I've got this nice sheep head. This is where I store all my wool. Once they added dyed wool, you know, I figured I had to build this. I got the gay floor. Here's all my wool, the wool house. Very cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks great from the outside. And this is also part of the Tree of Wisdom lore that I was trying to do. This is the Sword of the Wisdom Tree. Don't know if I love it. Might come back and revamp this, but for the time being, pretty okay with it. And yeah, there was a lot of dead space in here, and so I ended up filling it in with a lot of trees and forest and stuff. Here's some, I don't know if they're not like Easter Island heads, but I don't know, I just call them Oog. 3 Oog statues. Next to this lovely building, which at first I thought it was super ugly from the outside, but it's actually really grown on me. It's pretty simple. But this is my mob farm, which is also inspired by Etho's lab. And basically the mobs spawn in here. Here's the actual farm. And they all fall down this hole. And then they either go left or right. I hope I can see one fall down soon, but maybe not. You can see they get sucked up the water tube. There you go. There's some mobs getting sucked up. And they go all the way to the top. And yeah, this is inspired by an Etho's lab build, except Etho, in his original world, he's got it underground. So I built this all above ground because I'm stupid. Instead of doing it the easier way, I was like, oh, I'm going to build it. I got all this cobblestone. And this took me forever. But once the mobs get sucked up to the top, they kind of flow down the water. Let me see if I can... Is there one coming up? Here's one coming up. They sucked up and they go down the stream. And they get burned in the lava, and then the items flow into the pressure plates. They're not dropping anything for me now, but trust me, it works. And then on this side is where I store all the stuff that I get. So you can see I got my gunpowder, feathers, because zombies drop feathers in this version. mob grinder. Here's when I built it. Got all my stuff in here. And then here's how I get down, which, of course, I never take the ladder, and I always try and jump down, but I have died a lot of times falling down that ladder. But this time I made it, thankfully. And right outside, we got the Steve statue. Figured it'd be kind of fun. Steve. Small little build that I did, which was inspired by a Reddit post that I saw on the Golden Age Minecraft subreddit. If I can find it, I will post it, or put it on the screen so you can see the original build this was inspired by. But right next to it is the real treat for Milk Valley North. This is kind of what everything was built around. Actually, this is what everything was built around, but I'll get to that in a moment. I was really, really happy with the skeleton statue and all this lava. And this is the smeltery, which is the reason that I no longer use all those furnaces back in my house. Because I built this. I built this cool smeltery building with way more furnaces than I'll ever use. But I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty cool. Here's all my coal. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And of course, the skeleton outside is the main show. As you can see, let me get to it right there. But I also tried, this was my first attempt really at texturing in the world. I added some gravel, some holes. I built like a pile of rubble here. I thought it came out pretty good. But this is what Milk Valley North is kind of all built around. I built this big hole here, which goes way deeper than it needs to go. It's like 20 blocks deep. I don't even know if you can see it on the OBS recording. But I filled it in with water. Built this nice floating island in the middle. And this was all built because of Donut Island, which you can see up there, which I can actually go to, but it's going to take me a little bit to get up top. Of course, with the power of editing, only takes you guys a second to get up here. Climbing up water takes a very, very long time in this version. It took me about 2 minutes off between the cut for me to get up here. So that would be the reason that I don't come up here very often. As you can see, got the Donut Island sign. Wonderful view of the sunset there. And these trees took me forever to grow because this is actually at the build height, and I did not realize that when I was building this island. So the trees would keep growing like half, like they'd be cut off because of the build height. So it took me forever to grow these special trees. I won't skip nighttime here so you can kind of see the world all lit up because I think it looks really pretty. Very, very cool. God, gotta love it. But you got torch spam everywhere because, of course, in this version, it gets very, very dark. There's no brightness slider. So I got torches everywhere. But yeah, here's Donut Island. I think it is hollow on the inside, but I don't want to go in there because there might be monsters in there. And I'll just, we'll skip the night real quick. Show the rest of the world. Okay, so one of the most fun things, of course, to do when you're up here, the very slim chance I'm ever up here, is jump down into the deep hole. The floating island again. And you might notice that there's a space in the trees. I got this island surrounded by trees. Oh, there's a space in the trees because of the lava, which I'll get to in just a moment when we get to this house. I promise it'll make sense. But this house is called the House of Ideas. I used to have an idea board in here with a bunch of signs, and I'd be like, oh, you know, smeltery, thief statue. I put everything, all my ideas in here. But there was a huge fire. I used to have trees over there, and the lava fire actually jumped. And it burned literally everything down. The whole forest here got burned down. As you can see, the House of Ideas. But the whole forest got burned down. This house got burned down. The house next to it got burned down, except for the brick. The sheep head got burned down. And here's some more lore involving the Great Fire. In case that's something you're interested in, go ahead and pause if you want to see it. But yeah, it turned this house into something kind of nice because I didn't really use the idea board that much. But you know, I got to turn this into a historical house, which was kind of cool, and I got some more lore in the world. So as much as the fire really made me mad, it worked out. And over here is this very ugly building. This is a leather working store that I don't use as much as I should. I built it to store my leather. As you can see, I have not been all that diligent about actually collecting it. So it's pretty empty, but just pretend like those chests are full of leather and be like, whoa, that's so cool. Oh, we're back to the wisdom tree sword. All right, so I guess I'll show you the last part of the world, which is over here. I don't have a direct path to it yet, but I want to build a gravel path through here. And then once the spawn area is more built out, then I will connect it. It'll be a nice, nice loop around the whole world. Connecting, I don't know what I'm going to call that yet. Maybe Milk Beach or something, but we'll have Milk Valley there and Milk Valley North. And this is a giant tower. I didn't really name it anything, and there's nothing in it. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to build. It looks cool from far away. Maybe I'll put something in here at some point, but no fun quotes or anything in here. But I am very happy with this build. This is where I tried to get more creative with the world. Like I said, you know, even you can see on this side, it's not as egregious on this side in Milk Valley North, but there's still kind of circles in everything, you know, the donut. That's pretty good. The smeltery doesn't have a lot of circles, but the tower has a lot of circles, as you can see. So I kind of put circles in everything. So I'm like, all right, let's make an interesting tower, which I'm very, very happy with. It goes all the way up to build height. That's build height up there. And yeah, that's pretty much everything in my beta world. If you stuck around to watch the whole thing, I really appreciate it. I hope that this video can kind of inspire people to try out old Minecraft, because I know that it makes me sound old when I talk about how much I love these versions, but you know, this is kind of when I started playing Minecraft, when I was a wee lad. And you know, the Golden Age Minecraft community has really kind of reinvigorated it for me. So, and of course, I've seen a lot of people do their own world tours, which is the main thing that inspired me to do this world tour. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Here's the 6 more months. Hopefully in 6 months, I got another cool update for you guys. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Or if you're just stopping by for the world tour, then I appreciate it. Goodbye.
Oh.